So I'm in the back of the new mobile lung unit for the Levine Cancer Center. I'm here with Darcy Doege. Darcy is the program coordinator for the Lung Basis program. Tell us a little bit about this and tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been with the Levine Cancer Institute for about 5 years, and this is one of the programs that I've kind of started with that has been, from the beginning, a little bit daunting, but at the same time so exciting. I mean, a year ago when you and I, or less than a year ago when you and I first started talking, this truck wasn't even built. Right. So, and here we are standing in it. And it's not just the truck, but so much of what I've been doing has been working on the program and developing relationships, networking in the community, and growing referrals so that we have patients to actually screen on the truck.
So tell me, so this is the BASIS program, and I know that's an acronym for something. So tell me what it is and how you're going to see this program implemented out in the community.
The Lung Basis for Life program stands for bringing awareness and education to improve survivorship. And so what that does, and the FOR stands for a four-pronged approach to do that, where you're doing the networking, you're doing the education, you're doing the navigation, and then you're bringing the community together. And so a lot of what I'm going to be doing is not just the program development, but it's also the navigation piece of it.
Well, so this is going to be your new office. So take us on a little bit of a tour. I know this was fun and challenging to determine what the layout was. So I got to see over here. This is kind of walk me through. A patient's going to come in this door here. Tell me a little bit about this.
So as we have been working through with the process with you all, and then also been working with the process with the CT technologists and whatnot, when we got the radiology group involved, we realized, we needed to have a place for the patient to kind of sit down while they're waiting. If, depending on what the weather's like, they could come in and sit down and fill out paperwork, or we could do a small interview while we're inside the truck before they come over and get scanned. And if they needed assistance, we've got the wheelchair lift here for them to help get up. And then as we walk through, it'll just be, the rest of it is really for the patient gets on the table here, but then the rest of it is for our technologists to be safe behind the lead shielding. And so for them to do all of their workspace on that end along with the storage. So that's more for just our use. But it's just everyone that's come in here today, and I mean, we were like this at the beginning when we first saw it. It's like, oh my gosh, it's so much bigger than we thought it would be, and it doesn't feel claustrophobic. There's no reason why patients won't feel comfortable in this space.
That's great. Well, I noticed that it's larger than some New York apartments, right? So, so how many patients do you plan on screening at any given event or in a year? What's your vision there?
So right now we have 2 screenings scheduled. Starting April 7th will be our first screening. It's 2 screenings a month, and then that leads till the end of the month. That's all the further or end of the year. That's all the further that I've gotten so far. But we're planning on doing 20 screenings in each of those days, which could easily turn into 30 or more, because we just need to understand kind of what our flow is going to be at the beginning. And so I feel like it's tangible to get those screenings full. The first screening right now, we only have 4 patients scheduled for, but I think after today, it's going to increase quite a bit. So there's definitely patients out there. There's such a palpable feel from the community that they're excited to have this come to them instead of them coming to a program or having to come downtown Charlotte for a program. And it's just really connecting the dots for a lot of the folks out in the community.
That's exciting. So I asked Melissa this question, so I'm going to ask you this. If you look 3 years down the road or 5 years down the road, what's going to be a success in your mind for this program?
Wow, I feel like I can't even look to next week right now. But I think that the biggest thing is, well, for me, it's what meaning we find and what data we find surrounding lung cancer screening. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing, is changing the way people care for these patients. And I don't think there's a lot of programs that you can say can do that. And so that's one of the once in a lifetime opportunities. When I got the opportunity to take this position, I was like, how can I pass this up? This is changing the way that we care for patients as a whole. If you ask the providers or the administration, they're going to say, we're going to find a much more cost-effective way to take care of the patients, which that's important too, because that saves money to do more screenings. So it depends on who you ask, but I care more about just what difference we're going to make for the patients in the future.
Well, I mean, and if you find it at stage 1 or stage 2, then the cost savings are enormous.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations on thinking big and having this out-of-the-box idea and seeing it come to fruition. And I can't wait to hear the stories of the patients and the communities that you're going to go into.
Thank you. It's been awesome. Thank you.